Welcome everybody to the 10 o'clock game. And the roads and the conditions on this Saturday, January 17th, 2026 is horrendous. And right now, we have a game between the Celtics and Heat. I do not see Jordan Tyson in the house anywhere. So at the moment, no coach. I'll text Jordan. Let's see if I can get a hold of him. No text. All right, I'll see if he responds while we're talking. This is retreat week. This is a very, very dangerous day to drive. Snow, rain, sleet, ice. It's bad. We're right in the heart of it. The weather predicts for the next hour or the next 2 hours before it starts to slow down. So I don't know who is going to coach the Heat. So Fidel is asking for a coach. I'm going to let Fidel know. He said he's almost here. All right, so Jordan Tyson is almost here. It looks like, I think that's Randy Harding. He's going to step in till Jordan gets here. Just letting Jordan know. Hopefully we can delay just a little bit longer. How far Jordan is away. So we do not have 2 full lineups. We only have 4 Heat here at the moment, so we may need to do 4-on-4. Coach Doherty. All right, so Coach Hochstetler in the next game is planning to be here. He says that the roads are treacherous. And the Celtics have a complete full bench. My goodness, look at all the players they have. Is that 9? So the Hardings are going to get a workout. So I think that's Randy. I don't know which Harding father that is. It's got a temporary temporarily fill in. All right, here he is. Coach Tyson's here. Jose, can we get a shot of the coach? All right, he's here. Sorry, folks, for the delay. Those of you joining us online, Coach Tyson is here. All right, so my cameraman is going to try to. Do you want to do camera? Joshua Day is going to help out here. So Jose Gavilando is going to ask his brother Elijah if he wants to play. Right now, it's going to be 4-on-4. We're going to have 4-on-4 basketball. Did he say no? Well, I would. Do you want to ask Josh by? All right, Gavilando. I think he's getting permission right now from Gavilando to see if he can play. So right now we're going to do 4-on-4. If we can get Elijah on that team. All right, here's Jake. Underneath, missed it. Adrian Weaver. If you haven't seen the ending of the last game, Weaver hits a shot to go ahead by 1 with 4 seconds left. Elijah Gavilando, the last second basket, winning the game. All right, so now we're going to have 5-on-5. And it looks like Bryant Zook is here, so we'll have 5-on-5 basketball, but nobody on the bench for the Heat. And Lincoln Harding. Nice shot there. Are they going to continue to do 4-on-4? All right, I think Gavilando, they may discuss Elijah. Fidel would like to have one person on the bench for a sub. So right now they have Xander Weaver, Landon Zimmerman, Bryant Zook, Lincoln, and Jake Harding. And I think they're going to go 5-on-5, folks. How about this? Nobody on the bench for the Heat. Here's Zimmerman. And rejected. Adrian Weaver. Yes, Adrian. We got some fans out there cheering on the Heat. So Alex Weaver not here. Alex is sick. I don't know what happened to the rest of the team. Well, it is very bad driving conditions out there. Jake Harding to inbound. Zook over to Lincoln. Lincoln for another. Was that a second three? No, first one was 2. That was 3. Let's give Lincoln his emoji. Heat off to a quick 5-0 lead. There's Jake down that right side. Went right around TJ Fox, but TJ may have gotten a hand on him. So 5 bench players for the Celtics. No bench players for the Heat. Here's Jake underneath. He's going to draw the foul. I think that was Carter Wilson. Mr. Coles, are we miking up? Any reason to mic up? Any comments of the last game? Who impressed you? You can throw me a name. Who were you impressed? I know you had a lot of your beelines out there. What did you see from your other players?
I think probably the thing that struck me they're starting to catch on to his offense. And it's not that complicated, but no one around here has ever seen it. And you know that the play ran well when you get a layup, uncontested. We had a number of them.
So, all right, so Chick, can you repeat what you just said? So let's talk about the scheme that Dan Gwaltney bring.
Well, our assistant coach, Dan Gwaltney, is just a real student of the game, and he's our offensive coordinator. Brought a new offense that I think is probably pretty new to Upward. And it just has taken us a couple of weeks to actually understand it well and start running it. And we actually ran it a number of times today. And
well, let me ask you this: was Chase familiar with this since it's his son? Did Chase know what Dan was doing?
I think he did, but I'm not sure.
Or is this new to Chase as well?
I think, yeah, more than not, yeah. I think he was aware of it, but Coach Dan was able to work with Chase even pre-season a little bit, so he can run the offense. We just got to get the wing guys and the down guys comfortable.
We're down. Sorry. We're down, folks. We had our first crash of the day. Sorry, Chick. I think the audio's going. The video is crashed, so we're going to shut down, folks. Folks online, we're going to create another feed. So just give us a couple minutes, and we'll have another feed up and running soon. Number one, first one of the day. Got 2 games in. But good news, folks. During the second game, the Sixers game, we did have a tech guru here, John Steyer, and he evaluated our system, and help is on the way, folks. We're going to get new equipment, better equipment. I don't know when, but so help is on the way, folks. Harding misses. Minute 55 left to go. And 11-0. And this is really interesting that you would think that the team, well, now they have Harlan Taylor arrived, so you would think that one team has 5 bench players, one had 0 bench players. The team with 0 is winning 11-0. And yes, a full lineup. So I cannot explain what is going on right now. This is bizarre. The Heat are just extremely energetic right now. Unfortunately, after the crash, I didn't have too much time to watch what's going on. So, as far as player of the game goes, there's TJ, and TJ gets his team the ball. Outlet underneath. Spencer, good job, and the Celtics are on the board. Spencer Schaller. That ought to make Coach Doherty a little bit happy. We got a timeout. We'll be back.
Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. This verse means be intentional in raising kids. discipline, accountability, personal responsibilities, and traditional values. Setting these early shapes makes you into being a good adult and not a degenerate. So maybe think about how you raised your kids. And hopefully this verse helped you, and I'll see you next Sunday. Proverbs 22:6.
All right, we're back. Jeff Russell, Jose Gavilando on the camera, 11-2. The Heat have one bench player now. They had 0. TJ Fox to inbound. Weaver, Jake Harding picked his pocket. Thought he was going to dunk it. And the Heat, well, I don't know what has happened. This is completely opposite of last week. The Heat got off to the slowest start ever, climbed their way back into the game against the Jazz and almost won it. They should have won it. They could have won it. 33-31 final. Here's TJ for 3. Yes, TJ Fox. And maybe that'll give the Celtics a little spark. Good play there by Xander Weaver. Xander, nice save. Xander Weaver showing what he can do at the buzzer. So after 1 quarter of play, 13-5, the Heat be back. Second quarter coming up.
Proverbs 16 verses 2-3. All the ways of a man are pure in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the spirit. Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. Proverbs 16.
The pointer and the middle finger were the last 2 to touch the ball. That way you almost build like train tracks, and the ball should always go straight. You should never miss left or right. So if you shoot over one finger, the ball can go left or right. If you put the ball like this over the train tracks, good shooters should only
All right, folks, I just got word. I need to confirm that all games are going to be canceled for the rest of the day. Let me confirm with Coach Good. All right, folks, again, we just got word that all games after this one are going to be canceled. The roads are too dangerous. So start texting people. Sorry, folks, I'm getting text like crazy here. Trying to get the word out. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to rewatch the game to give a player of the game, so I will not make the decision now, but from what I'm seeing, Jake Harding looked like he's having a pretty good day out there. Schaller had his shot blocked. 17-10. Again, folks, all games are canceled. Guarded spot has closed the high school. So folks, if you're hearing this, or if you can, text everybody you know. Do not come, get off the roads. They are extremely dangerous. I might have to walk home. I might have to sleep here. Meanwhile, we got an amazing game going on. Jake Harding right now, folks, is just taking over this floor. This is with one bench player. Chicker, you're starting to get worried here. Are you getting a little worried watching Jake Harding take over here? I don't know. If I were the Sixers, they got one bench player, and look what they're doing to the Celtics. What are you thinking, Chick?
You know, it's interesting. Sometimes adversity just brings out stuff.
Brings out the best
in players.
Yeah.
And as a coach, you love to see everybody get into the game and do stuff that you might not have thought they had in them.
So Darin has just put out a text message to everybody. So I just put it out to the text group. Just treacherous conditions out there, folks. And a shot there. Chick, are you worried about this team at all? What do you think? With Dan's, so let's continue what you're saying. Well, first, let's give us about Dan's offense and what you saw today.
Yeah, I mean, Dan's offense is just it's really a brilliant design, and you can tell that the team has run it well when there are uncontested layups going in, because that's what it's designed to do, and kids are starting to understand it and use it, and I think we're going to get better every week. I'm really optimistic.
How well would you say Dan Gwaltney knows basketball?
He definitely knows basketball. I've had Chase on my teams for his upward career, and so I've gotten to know Dan a little bit over these years, and he's always attended practices, and
you didn't know what was sitting on the sideline, did you?
I really didn't.
Could have taken advantage of that, Spencer.
And I mean, I just, he had stuff working in him, and when I called him and said, "Hey Dan, would you like to be my assistant coach?" I mean, he was just so appreciative of the opportunity in Chase's a final year and upward to be on the bench and just to have that experience to contribute to his son.
Well, that's a wonderful thing. I know I text with Dan quite often, have fantastic basketball technical conversations.
Really, yeah.
We love reviewing a lot of the games and the plays, and I've always wondered, why is he not coaching? He would make a tremendous. Now I know he has a lot of children.
He does.
That is part of the problem.
And
of
he's
being
always
a coach.
exiting right away.
Yeah,
get to the
on
next
the
game.
move, nonstop.
Yeah, he is.
So perfect assistant coach.
Yeah, great guy. And you know what? I'd be thrilled if at some point in the future he had the opportunity to keep coaching somewhere.
Well, Chick, you just gave me an idea. So when that gym opens up, Pine Grove Church, we may have a Dan Gwaltney basketball clinic.
There you go.
In the summer, get warmed up. Stream with Purpose will be there filming it. What do you think? You think that'll go over good? I'll partner up with Dan and have a clinic.
Having Dan be part of it certainly wouldn't hurt.
Absolutely. Well, he certainly knows the game better than I do. So someone's going to run a clinic. It's, Dan to be the guy to.
And when he's coaching, particularly at practices, I mean, something happens to him. I mean, his voice gets more excited, and he talks faster, and he fills the time with just good basketball wisdom.
Wow. Well, you get to be the benefactor of that this year, and let's see if he can get Chase's first championship ring.
I hope so. He deserves it.
Chick, I hate to tell you, but Jake Harding here has taken over this game. But the Heat are only up 7, and they got as close as 4 after that.
They had a nice comeback.
It was 11-0 at one point.
Yeah.
So, but Jake Harding looks like he's having a day. Chick, how would you stop Jake Harding? Off the top of your head, what would you think?
Well, the question is,
who's going to stop Jake Harding?
Oh, I don't know. On our team, we're obviously going to have to put a heavy hitter.
Do you think by championship Saturday you'll have a game plan for each team?
My sense is you run your basic offense, you run your basic defense. You get to tweak a game here or there. But we have such little time with the guys, an hour and a half a week for 2 months. And, the repetition is what gets you good performance in the championship week.
Repetition is definitely key.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Chick, I think we almost had a dunk attempt by Jake Harding as you were talking.
Hey, I'm gonna need to bow out here. My wife's on the road, so.
Okay, Chick, go
Thanks.
Take care of Mrs. Coles. Chick Coles, everyone. Chick. And that was at the buzzer. So after one half of play, 26-19. Heat.
Hello. You might not remember me. I played basketball here when I was 6. Skinny kid with blonde hair. I barely knew how to dribble. I never made a shot the whole season, but my coach made me feel like I was the best player on the court. When I was 10, I played soccer. I could kick the ball pretty well, but couldn't make a goal. I didn't care about winning because that year my coach taught me about Jesus. When I was 15, my parents argued a lot. My grades were slipping in school. I wasn't happy much that year, except for upward practice in games. That's where I learned about perseverance and how important it is to really trust God. Now I'm 19 and surviving college. I drive past your church some Saturdays and see the empty parking lot. It makes me sad, but I know times are different. I want you to know that there are a lot of other boys and girls like me out there who, during a quiet drive on Saturdays, think back on those days of playing upward and how much they meant to us. And now there are kids ready to get back in the game. Are you?
Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. This verse means be intentional in raising kids. Discipline, accountability, personal responsibilities, and traditional values. Setting these early shapes makes you into being a good adult and not a degenerate. So maybe think about how you raised your kids. And hopefully this verse helped you, and I'll see you next Sunday. Proverbs 22:6.
That way you almost build like train tracks, and the ball should always go straight. You should never miss left or right. So if you shoot over one finger, the ball can go left or right. If you put the ball like this over the train tracks, good shooters should only miss short and long and not left and right. So those are some of the little stuff I talked to him about. Hopefully it helped him, and he's been shooting it well, so I'm glad he is. The point
Proverbs 16 verses 2 through 3. All the ways of a man are pure in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the spirit. Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. Proverbs 16.
There's a great book that was written in the 1940s, I think it's 1940s, by C.S. Lewis, which is called Abolition of Man. And in Abolition of Man, he warns that if you do not have an objective understanding of what is good, what is true, what is beautiful, if you don't have the way or the Tao or a truth to live by, your entire society will fall apart. Now, he was writing this 80 or 90 years ago, the abolition of man. And if we are honest with ourselves, they've done a really good job of abolishing men in Western society. If I went around this room, I said, are you thrilled or not so happy with the status of American men right now? Would you say happy or not so happy? Yeah, not so happy. And most men would agree, but you should also have a little bit of sympathy for them, just a little bit, because from the time that many of your brothers and many of your friends that are men are old enough to understand what's going on, and we need strong men in America. We need strong men in our communities.
Let me show you. Hey, RJ, well, every time I shoot, it seems like I have no arc. All right, let me see a jump shot real quick. I bet. Let me show you. Like, why was my shot so flat? Okay, that's actually an easy fix. First off, you're shooting all the way down, so naturally you're going to hit the front rim or it's going to be short. Second, if you didn't notice, your wrist was not loaded. Your wrist was like this, so naturally when you shoot, it's going to be a short line, flat drive, and it's going to hit the front rim. But when your wrist is loaded, you now can follow through and push through the shot. When you're pushing through the shot, it's not going to have that flat shot. It's going to have your arc. It's going to go all the way through, especially if you're not shooting all the way down. It's a full body movement or pushing through your shot. You're going to have that arc 10 times out of 10. Wow, RJ, you know everything about basketball, and you're so handsome. You must have went D1. Actually, I did go D1, and I post drills daily to get you better at basketball. So follow me. Hey, RJ, well, every time I shoot, it's
are back, folks. Again, all games will be canceled for the rest of today. First time this has happened here at Upward. That the games in the middle of the day have been canceled. All right. Chick, any final words? You're on. What do you want to say to your players out there?
It's to my players. They've already blessed us as coaches as they've responded to what we're trying to do, and their best gets better every week, and it's going to be an exciting year, I know, for us as it unfolds.
What'd you think of Deshaun Stoltzfus today? Got to see a little bit more of him, didn't you?
A little bit, yes.
A little bit more of Deshaun.
His parents are always a joy to speak with.
Oh, I never saw his parents before. No,
Really?
No. He's not related to Zach, is he?
Oh, no. I got the players mixed up.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Deshaun's doing well. He's gonna score some points. And
Good player.
Yes,
Good player.
he's coming along.
Absolutely.
Really excited.
Excited to see Championship Saturday where everybody's going to be at, because you have a lot of good teams.
Yeah.
If everybody shows up, this ought to be quite the Championship Saturday.
And as we've learned over the years, what your season record is
doesn't matter.
Doesn't predict much.
Doesn't matter. I keep saying only Championship Saturday matters as far as statistics and records and all that stuff. That's the big day. There's Zimmerman.
Well, Jeff, I just need to say we really appreciate all that you contribute to our games. You just bring so much color. You have a memory that goes back to Noah, and we just love listening to your broadcasts.
Well, thank you, Chick. I appreciate it. And you know what's funny is I just posted a picture on Facebook. Jaden and Silas Dodd the year before the Seahawks. So in 4th grade, what a picture. That brought back memories. I was starting to talk with Ronan Casey about the Seahawks and showed him that picture.
Yeah.
That's when we first met. Actually, it was your rookie year.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
What a year it was.
Might have been my best.
Yeah, you went perfect. You're right. That was your best. Well, Chick, I appreciate it. I love doing this, and just to see all the the people that get to see the video and watch their loved ones who can't be there sometimes, especially a day like today. Why I love doing what I do.
And for those who are listening to us live, we're getting a dump of snow up here in New Holland, so keep us in your prayers. We got to get everybody home safe and finish the weekend out.
Yes, absolutely. Folks, very, very dangerous out there. I don't know how I'm going to make it home. I got my van, thank goodness. I didn't bring my Prius, but the word got out there pretty quick, so we hopefully, so Mrs. Gavilondo, feel free to take Jose when you need to. Get out of here. I'm fine. Please go. Thank you. We appreciate the Gavilondos, everything they do for the league and the Stream with Purpose production. They definitely are a huge blessing. Chick, I look at this young man right here, Jose, and I just look at him as an angel sent from heaven, because he has made my life and job much easier since he's shown up, and he stays with me the whole way. Never complains ever, and just a wonderful young man. Jose, thank you. The lives that you impact by freeing me up, and I can make the video production better all around forever.
Well, train him well, and in the years to come,
He's doing
you
great.
just never know what God's doing.
Yes, God just keeps blessing and blessing, and Jose's definitely one of them. So. So we got a good game here, Chick. 28-20.
Yeah.
So even though there's one bench player for the Heat, Jake Harding seems like he's on a mission today. Now the Heat last week, I don't know if you watched, Chick, the Heat got off to a very slow start. And now the opposite has happened, got out to an 11-0 lead. Here's Joshua Maddox, and his pocket picked by somebody. Folks, this will be a day we'll never forget. The play has been, the rest of the day has been canceled. The driving conditions are too horrific. I was told that 4x4s are sliding around. It's like driving on ice. Here's Pizarro. Here's little Jaden. Almost. 3.5 left to go in the third. This is your final game of week 2, folks. Not sure how we're going to make up the rest of the games. February 14th. Nice job, Lincoln. February 14th is open for the first time that I've been here. We do have a bye week, so may have to play some games on that day. Nicely done, Landon Zimmerman. And that's going to count. Good job, Landon. They're going to get Jada Pizarro on the foul. All right, 33-20. As far as I know, well, I don't see Byron. Byron looks, oh, he is here. There's Byron, speaking of him. And Byron gonna, boy, that was a nasty foul. So I think they got a full lineup. TJ Fox on the bench, down 13. Not sure what Coach Doherty's doing that for. Maybe TJ's going to play the rest of the game. Zook kicks it out. Lincoln. Underneath, wide open, Jake Harding. Jake having a day. Now I think I know why, what little bit I didn't see, why they got out to a fast lead. That was Grant Rudolph who just missed. Two minutes to go in the third. Here's Maddox. And Rudolph got his pocket pick. Carter Harnish, good play. Long outlet, Lincoln, yes. Heat. They are dialing it up. TJ Fox getting ready to come in. Man, Fonzie's brother colliding with Zimmerman. Zimmerman got the better of it. Good job, Landon. And the Heat, with one bench player, has posted 39 points, and we're not even out of the third yet, folks. What is going on right now? Where was this last week? Last week, the Heat found themselves down 19-9 to the Jazz. I believe they did tie that game at 19. Had a chance to win it. But David Noel and Dawson Fisher were just a tad too much. Well, folks, all games canceled for the rest of the day. This will be your final upward game for week 2. I imagine February 14th will be a makeup day. I have no idea what is going to happen. Here's TJ Fox. I'll tell you, TJ does not look like his normal self today. All right, let me talk to Coach Good, folks. Hang on. All right, we're back, and the Heat are continuing to pour this on. I guess they're all going for Michael Roth's record. Coach Michelson could have had it if he wanted it. Lincoln, nice spin off the glass. So after 3 quarters of play, the Heat 46, Celtics 20. Stay tuned and let's see if they break Michael Roth's record.
16 verses 2 through 3. All the ways of a man are pure in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the spirit. Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. Proverbs 16.
The pointer and the middle finger were the last 2 to touch the ball. That way you almost build like train tracks, and the ball should always go straight. You should never miss left or right. So if you shoot over one finger, the ball can go left or right. If you put the ball like this over the train tracks, good shooters should only miss short and long and not left and right.
All right, folks, so not sure. The official scoreboard is 44. So here we go, final quarter. Here's the coach's son, Noah. Well, they're 20 points away from tying, 21 away from the official record set in 2020. Almost Sander Weaver. And Coach Good, that record was during the snowstorm scrum. It was 64-19, and it was just as snowy. I tell you what, this probably is the only other day that was more treacherous than that day. So a lot of players, it was a 4-on-4 game. Lance Binkley, Kai Harding just went to town on Arden Landis's nets. Caden Harding had a very good game. That was one of his best. I think he had 16 points in that game. Here's Harlan Taylor. Good job, Harlan. And it ends up in the hands of TJ Fox. Well, if I was the Timberwolves, I'd be very worried about this Heat team. Somebody did a good job drafting this team. Oh, that was me. Yeah, last week got off to a very, very slow start. Here's Joshua Maddox. Good job, Josh. Coach Doherty likes to see that. So, folks, we really have treacherous conditions out there. Pray for anybody on the roads. All games canceled after this one. Mr. Coles, good evening, good night, good afternoon. As he departs, here's Jake Harding. Jake continuing, pour it on. Yeah, last week, definitely a lot of rust. Very slow start last week. And they did actually come back and tie that game. Doherty missed. Schaller missed. So Coach Tyson's going to call time. Clock is not going to run during a timeout. No, not when you're chasing a record. 64, they're 19 away from breaking it. I wonder if the Timberwolves, how are they going to handle this Heat team? This is not going to be easy. Well, you have Jackson Hackenberg, you have Jack Chapin, and Derek Zeisset. You have the big three. I mean, there is no other team that's even close to having big three like that. Not even close. Maybe two, but three. I don't know how Coach Good pulled that off in the draft. Three giants in the middle. So when one rests, there's always going to be a giant. Somebody's going to be in the middle. But how are they going to stop the Hardings? Landon Zimmerman. You got a lot of talent on this team. Zook, very good. Xander Weaver having a really good game. This Heat team, they're making a statement today. I think this statement's for Coach Good watching that Timberwolves, we're coming for you. Here's Harding, that's for three. No good. Offensive rebound, Jake baseline. Boy, Jake Harding, have yourself a day. Not sure why that last basket didn't count before the half. But they're going to be into the 50s here soon. Here's TJ Fox throw up a bomb. And this is not the same TJ that we're used to seeing. I don't know what's wrong with TJ today. Is he sick? Something, TJ Fox definitely doesn't look like himself. 3.5 coming. They're left. They're still not in the 50s yet. Here's Jake, 1 and 3. Now he's going to pull for 3. That's no good. Boy, they really want this record. They are playing hard. There's a foul that wasn't called. Fidel just wants to get this game over with. Coach Good, are you worried at all about the Heat?
We'll talk about that one today.
All right, he's not going to show his hand.
Every team is good.
Is every team beatable, Coach Good?
Yes.
Okay, Coach Good says yes. And after last championship Saturday, you can't count anybody out. Here's Zook. Boy, Fidel's just letting him play. He wants this over with. 3 minutes exactly. Everybody chasing Michael Roth's record. Chris Michelson says he could have done it if he wanted to, and he pulled back. Oh, TJ just knocked off his glasses, and that's going to count? Or is that? So no foul. He made contact with the glasses, but not the body. They're at 50. They need 15 to break it, 14 to tie. Here's TJ for 3. That's no good. Bodies flying all over the place. This is getting chippy out there. Well, folks, this may be the worst weather day, worse than the snowstorm scrum of 2020. I have yet to go out and see it. Here's Jake. Wanted to tee up a 3. There's a mismatch. Pizarro on Harding. Zimmerman wide open. Landon will take it. We're at 52 with 2:12. They're closing in on the record. Here's Joshua Maddox. Josh. Over to Pizarro. Boy, Pizarro playing with some feistiness. Doherty tomahawks it. Got it to Jake. Jake once more. They want to make up for last week. Harding. Underneath to the other Harding. His cousin missed it. Back. Lincoln. Boy, they are not slowing down. I think they're sending a message to the Timberwolves. There's Jake. Well, I could already tell you Jake Harding's going to be your player in the game. You could lock that in. And Lincoln, what a strip. That was smooth. Well, I could safely say Lincoln, oh, Fidel's laughing. Lincoln definitely has improved. I try to look each year, see who's been working on their game. I mean, the Timberwolves have your big three, but are they going to be able to stop a shooter and an inside man? So that ought to be a really interesting matchup. Harding about a minute 16 and 54 points. They need 10 points in a minute 14. Lincoln thought about 3. Inside, Harlan Taylor, almost. Underneath, Sander Weaver. Good try. Here's Josh, crossover, nice. Doherty, here's Pizarro. Jaden slams into Zimmerman. Doherty. Cross, 49 seconds, and I think the record's going to be safe. 43, 42. They're going to fall short of Coach Roth and his Sixers. 64 points, February 2020. They're making a statement, Coach. All they're going to do is fire up the Timberwolves. Well, I'll tell you, next time when the Heat play the Timberwolves, let's see if we can dig that up. While we have a chance, I'm going to try to get you the schedule. Heat played the Jazz. They got off to a very, very slow start, down 19-9, tied it at 19. So on the next week, the Heat play the Sixers, Chase Gwaltney. After that, on January 31st, the Heat play the Thunder. February 7th is when they play the Trailblazers. No games on the 14th. On February 21st, they play the Bulls. And on the 28th, they play the Timberwolves. On the last day of the season, your last game will be against the Heat. Well, your final, 58-22. Congratulations to Coach Tyson. And let's mark that down. Jake Harding, player of the game. 58-22, folks. All right, everybody, that is the final game. Everyone go home and be safe.